Hi, guys. Let me get up here to the comments so I can see who all is in here. Hi. Yeah, I added a couple little videos. Oh my. Yeah, I finally learned how to add photos. And hey, Deb. Deb, I got to, I left a message with Spencer. So we'll see what he says. He has my phone number anyways. He can call me. Hey, dog. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the intro. But it's the truth. You know, if anyone has a prayer request, let us know. You can send us a message privately, and we'll say a prayer for you. Oh, hey, Sandra, Jean, Gary, Lavon, Jeff. Let's see who else is in here. Mark, Sharon. Oh, wow. Got a pretty good crowd in here. All right. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. Yeah, and don't forget, guys, smash that like button and subscribe. You know, if you're not subscribed yet, you won't be able to chat. But yeah, if you want to get in the chat, you have to come here to the YouTube channel. I know that some of you may be watching on the Facebook page through the group. But in order to chat and share and get in on the conversations, you have to come over to YouTube. Just click on that link and get over here to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like, and get in on the chat. If you have a story, you know, that you want to, well, not really a story. If you have an experience that you want to talk about this evening, get in here. And if you think that you'll be brave enough to get in on the on screen with us, I can send you the link. Deb, if you want to come in for just a couple minutes, say something. Yeah, let me see here. I will post the link. So if you want to join in, click on that link. You'll need to sign in. You know, just sign your name and get in on the chat. It's a little bit more, you know, on a cell phone, you have to hold up your cell phone unless you have a way to prop it up, because it's kind of hard to hold it there in front of your face for the whole conversation. But yeah, we're just going to have an open mic night tonight. I didn't have anyone scheduled to be here, and I'm pretty well wiped out anyways, from different things going on this week. But yeah, if you have any questions that you want to ask, type them in all caps, and we'll get you in. Okay, didn't I know that I posted the link. Wait a minute here. Comments. There we are. Yes, for some reason. Oh, okay, Deb. You all right? Hey, Ron. Good to see you. Jane or Jean. Good to see you. Yes, Sandra. Prayers are always needed for everyone. Absolutely. And if you're in need of a special prayer, just, you don't need to get into any detail, none at all. Just say, you know, can you say a prayer for me, and I'll pray. And Sandra, yes, we'll put them in for you. And anyone else who is in need, just say send out a few prayers for me. But other than that, if you have any questions about Bigfoot or my opinion on anything else going on, we're at the end of the month. And pretty much whenever we're at the end of the month, you can ask whatever your little old heart desires, as long as it's clean and PG friendly. And hey, well, I can give an opinion on just about anything. Ron, oh, you have one eye open and three different. That's right, you did write me. Very cool, very cool. Okay, Gary, I'll say some prayers for you. Okay, definitely, Gary. Absolutely. Absolutely. There'll be prayers going out for, all right. I can write down a little list here also, because I do anymore. My memory, I used to have a really good memory, but okay. All right. Get my prayer list going here. All right. All right. I'll tell you what, let's just go over the announcements in the meantime while, if anyone has any questions, you can think them up. But in the meantime, I'm going to go over what's going on. I have my notepad here that, okay. All right. First off, we have the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project. The first camp out of the year will be at Michaux State Forest. That's Michaux. That is in Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. That's at the bottom of the state near the Maryland state line, like South Central. That's April 24th through the 27th. And hey, William, and if you need more details, and definitely you will need more details as to exactly which campground we're going to be at, you need to join the group on Facebook. And because we have all the details there as to which campground that we'll be at. And we'll go from there. But in the meantime, it's a primitive campground. There's pit toilets nearby. And I think most of the campsites have fire rings. And they're very cheap. I think like $12 a night, something like that. But April 24th through the 27th, please join us. Oh, Jeff, I certainly hope so, at least for a day or so. I hope so. I wish that Jerry could also, but, hey, guys, if you can get in on this. I have never, I've never been to Michaux State Forest. But I have heard quite a bit about it from different people. I had some of our Pennsylvania Bigfoot projects. We used to have official investigators that we had, chapter leads that we had available to investigate sighting reports throughout the state. Well, when was it? A few months ago, last year, we kind of shelved that because it just, the chapter leads, it just was not working out. William, the camp out, the information about the camp out is on the Facebook group. Somebody, guys, someone in there, could you please post the link to the group? It may be in the description for here on the video, but yeah, if you're a member already of the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project group on Facebook, the information is in there in the events tab. That's where it's located. Just look in the events or featured. It's in there, and it'll be an event. So just click on it and say, "Yeah, I'm coming." Hey, Tails, welcome. Okay, Mark. Yeah, I don't have dates yet, but we are in the planning stages for more campouts. And we'll go, I think, just about every other month is what I'm thinking. Those will be announced in the Facebook group also. It'll be April and then mid-June, mid to late June, August, and October. I like to get one in on November, but most places are closed in November, so it depends. But there are some places that are still open, so we'll see what we can do. But yeah, April, June, August, and October 2025. The exact dates will be given and locations will be given in the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project group. And yeah, I have, I think, one area that's pretty much definite. It's in the Allegheny National Forest. That'll probably be in June. Yeah, that'll be June. The Forest County Bigfoot Festival is June 6, 7, and 8. That's in Forest County in the Allegheny National Forest in Marionville, Pennsylvania. I will be speaking, but our camp out will be probably not the following weekend, but the weekend, like the middle, the middle of the month. Hey, Patrick, good to see you. All right, let's see. All right, in the group, I also have a information on the SOSP campouts at Salt Fork State Park. They hold campouts throughout the summer. This is in Ohio at Salt Fork State Park. That's in Eastern Ohio. Yeah, Eastern Ohio. Maybe an hour and a half from the state line. Okay, Mark. All right, good. Yeah, the SOSP, that I'm trying to remember what SOSP stands for. Oh, okay. All right. Tell you what, hold on a second. You may see big hands here while I. All right, hold on a second because I can't quite see the. No, tell you what, let me do it this way. I'll have to do it manually. Just talk amongst yourselves, guys, okay? All right. Live. No, there it is. Okay. Come on. No, I want that. Okay. My phone is not cooperating with me, so I'm going to have to do it up here. You're going to see big hands. Big hands. All right, hold on a second. Welcome, bushwhacking. Okay. Okay, here's the link to the group. Sorry, I'm going to make you dizzy while I move you around up here. Okay. I posted the link to the group in the chat. So if you're not already a member, please join the group. And all the information for our campouts, information to upcoming festivals in Pennsylvania. Okay, hey, Misty. Okay, you're going to lurk. Go right ahead. Lurk all you want. Good to see you. But yeah, festivals and conferences, places, conferences, etc. that I'll be speaking at. I'll be posting everything as well as any other festival or conference that I hear about. I'll post it in the group. Probably it'll be listed in the featured section of the group. Let me see. Also, I know I wanted to say something else. Okay, also in the group, I've got a ton, absolutely a ton of information that I have compiled over many, many years. Data, details, reference links, things that I've learned, and it's all free for you to access in the group, in the featured and the files section of the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project group. So please join. I also have a book that I have written. It's on Amazon. So just type in my name and the word Bigfoot, it'll come up. In Amazon, it's $14.99. If you want a autographed copy, just send me a message. Okay. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, if you want an autographed and personalized copy, just send me a message, and I'll send that to you for $20. And that's only to cover the shipping. The extra $5. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate it. I have all kinds of other things available here. As you saw on the one video that I put at the beginning, things for sale, I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm selling. There's t-shirts with our logo, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, as well as this hoodie and other hoodies. Good. Oh, Misty. Nice. Oh, let me get back up to Misty's menu here, what she's making. Ooh, yeah, I made homemade slider buns the other day, and so Debbie, if you want a sandwich or something, whenever you come up Friday, I made all kinds of good stuff, and everything but the kitchen sink soup will be in the slow cooker. But anyway, let me get back to my announcements here. I only have a couple more. Let's see. Oh, February 12th on our podcast, we have Steve and Shelley Stetzer. They'll be on to talk about all of their adventures and their research. They are from New Jersey. They run Habit, HABIT organization. They're also on Facebook. Hey, Facey Ace. Yeah, fantastic couple. I've gone out with them, researched with them. I tell you, these guys, they go above and beyond. Anytime that I need help, whenever I get a report over near at least somewhat near the New Jersey state line, I send it to them because I no longer have, hey, Bob, good to see ya. I no longer have the chapter leads for available, but whenever I know that there's someone in an area that I can trust, and I've got a lot of contacts, throughout the state that I can call on whenever I get a report that I think, we really need to get this checked out. So I've got people out there that I can trust, and yeah, there's a couple of you right here in the group too, and I appreciate all of you. And let's see, and I have another guest coming up. He's not scheduled yet, but I have a pastor of a church who will be speaking about the Nephilim and the other angelic races, and I think that you may find his point of view and how he comes about his interest in Bigfoot. Also, we're working details out, and I really hope that I'll be able to get him on. He's he has to go through some hoops of his own, but I think he'll be pretty fascinating to get on here. And I know you guys will have a ton of questions that you'll want to ask him. So, let's see. I think that is, yeah, if you, yeah, like yeah. Yes, Patty, it'll be really cool. Whenever I have questions, every so often, I'll contact him and trying to, I'll get his point of view, on a couple things. And I had to pick up a book on the angels. What I should do is see if I can bring that up, because some of you may find it interesting also. Let me see if I can bring that up on my Amazon list, because I did get it through Amazon. Orders. Okay. Okay, that is not it. Might be on this. Whoop. Is this it? Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Okay. All right. The name of the book, if you're interested in the subject about the Nephilim. Hey, Trent, good to see you. Tracy. Yeah, I used to go to a few non-denominationals as well as a couple Baptist churches and even the Catholic Church. And wherever God leads me, that's where I go. And but the name of this book, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about, the different, what do you call them? You can't really call them races, angelic races, like the Nephilim, the cherubim, the seraphim, the Elohim, and so on and so forth. If you're interested in that, there's a book called Cherubim Chariots, Exploring the Extra-Dimensional Hypothesis. And this is by Josh Peck. It's on Amazon. Cherubim Chariots by Josh Peck. And I got it, haven't read it yet. It's in my ever expanding to be read pile. If any of you are readers, you know what I'm talking about. The to be read pile is never ending. If I ever get to the bottom of that pile, it won't be for another 100 years. Honest to God, it's and anytime someone suggests a book, it's like, oh yeah, that sounds good. So I order it and here we go. I may finish one, but here comes another 5. Hey, Cans. Good to see you. But yeah, like I said, if you're interested in the subject, Cherubim Chariots by Josh Peck. And you can look him up on YouTube. I think he's done quite a few different interviews on Prophecy Watchers channel. Hey, David, good to see you. Okay, Dog wants to know if I've seen a white Bigfoot. I have not seen a white Bigfoot yet. It's interesting though, because there is one in an area that I do research, and I have yet to see him. There's 3 in the immediate area that kind of hang around this one area. There's more, of course, in the area, but there's 3 main ones that we can't really say interact with, but they are there. And there's one who is there just about all the time. He's a ornery sucker. But the black one, I've caught glimpses of him quite a few times. Haven't really seen him outright, but I've caught glimpses of him running back and forth. And literally, he was running back and forth. Hey, Barb, good to see you. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Yes, go wave at those orbs. Apparently, Trump, President Trump's press secretary, she told about or they finally got to the information as to what the orb, not really orbs, but, and I'm going to have to say the dreaded D word, and hopefully I'm not going to get demonetized, which I'm not even demonetized to begin with. But the drones that have been harassing people in New Jersey all along the United States, but primarily along the East Coast, that they were approved by the FAA for research. They didn't say exactly what they were, but they were approved by the FAA. And that was probably some of the larger ones. But as for most likely, the most of them were private, privately owned, kids just being ornery and playing with their Christmas presents and just harassing people. And I know doggone expensive Christmas gifts if they're those large 6-foot ones. Those things are around $30,000 and up. So rich mommy and daddy there. Okay. But as for white Bigfoot, no, there is one in our research area. A person who lives at our research area has spotted one, a white one. She's also spotted a red one. And okay, a white Bigfoot was spotted in Mount Nebo, Sewickley. Oh, okay. Do you remember when that was, Tracy? If that's an old report, I'm going to have to dig for it. Yeah, I know where Mount Nebo is. Yeah. Okay. Dog, you've seen 2 of them out Alabama. Or the ones hunting you. Yikes. Okay. You were raised in Franklin Park. Beautiful area. There is, I did a little bit of research in North Park because there's an area there that I've received quite a few reports from near there. I'm trying to remember the area, but it's just outside of North Park. But yeah, those deep ravines. Excuse me, I need a drink. I'm dry. Hey, Melvin. Blue Mist Road. Thank you. Exactly. Blue Mist Road. Hi, Jim. Good to see you. Yeah. A friend of mine lives over in that area, and she's sent me quite a few reports as to what she's seen and experienced. And she doesn't live on Blue Mist Road. Hard to keep up with you guys. Yeah. Good to see you here. But okay. Yes, Sewickley. I did a talk. When was it? October last year. At a fire hall. Can't remember, but it was down in what would you call it? Near, and I'm fuzzy as to that area. Not Sewickley. but my husband knows that area, and I can't remember what they're called, but it's, I think, Little Sewickley Creek watershed. That's what it is, the Little Sewickley Creek watershed. And it, I was looking on Google Map at it, and whenever I got out to that area, I was looking at it, and I thought, holy crap, yeah, this is active out here. And I have received not a lot of reports, but some. Yes, Sewickley, yeah, yep. Yeah, and I did a talk also in Sewickley, Fern, can't remember what it's called. Okay, you're going to see Phil on Sunday. Punxsutawney Phil. You'll have fun, Melvin. You'll be among a big crowd, though. It's going to be packed. We've gone there quite a few times, not on Groundhog Day, but and they keep Phil, I think, in the library, or is it the municipal building? Used to be in the library. Mud Hollow Road. Yeah. Yeah, Punxsutawney Phil. My sister Debbie, Deborah Parker McGee, who's here in the chat, our mother, that was her birthday, February 2nd, Groundhog Day. So we'll be celebrating her birthday. Fern Hollow Road. Thank you, Tracy. You catch me this late in the evening, especially after dinner. It's like, forget it. You got friends just moved from Hawaii to Punxsutawney. Oh, God bless them. They're going to get a shock. Punxsutawney, it's a pretty area. Very, very pretty little town. Yeah, we did a festival there. Yeah, we did that was hosted by a gentleman in our group, the Jefferson County Paranormal Festival. And I don't think he held it last year. At least I didn't receive any notification about it, which is a shame. But it's a lot of work to put on those festivals. So God bless anyone, who is able to put those on. And because I can't. I put on a little, tiny little festival. Is that near Cook's Forest, Punxsutawney? It's, relatively speaking, no. Well, it's you can get there by I-80, but it's a little bit further east from the Allegheny National Forest. It's more central Pennsylvania, just off of I-80. Yeah, Deb, we camped at the KOA for the Punxsutawney. That was the Jefferson County Paranormal Festival. Yeah, Melvin, it's the middle of nowhere, but for one time a year, it becomes huge worldwide just because of a rodent. And doesn't matter how many times that I've seen the movie Groundhog Day, I'll watch it no matter what. I love it. It's hilarious. But yeah, the white Bigfoot. Yeah, there's the white Bigfoot of Carbondale, Pennsylvania. Also, that's up in northern Pennsylvania. Yeah, he's a cute rodent. Route 22 to Cook's Forest and through Brookville. Uh, don't drive angry now. Hey, Huey. Yep. I don't know anyone who doesn't like that movie. It's just plain. It's good. They really hit it, especially with Bill. What's his face? Can't remember. I'm too tired. uh, who in here likes curry? I had curry for dinner, and I love it. Thanks, Bill Murray. But yeah, which rhymes with curry. I had pineapple chicken or chicken pineapple curry for dinner today. And oh my goodness, it was so good. I was craving it. So I ordered it through DoorDash and had it delivered. And God bless the delivery driver. We were having a whiteout whenever he delivered it. Yikes. But it was so good. I got it from, it is good, Deb. It's good. And you can, I got it at a spice level number 7, which is, I can go higher. I can tolerate a little bit higher. But I'm comfortable at spice level 7. It still makes my nose run. But, oh, it's so good. But, after I finished that plate, oh, I just sacked out on my recliner, and I was trying to keep myself from falling asleep because I knew I would be on this evening. Okay, Melvin, let's see. March this year. Okay, you're betting you'll see the big red again. Oh, okay. In February, you're right around this time of year through mid-March, I start listening for vocals. Because the ones out around here, they're really not very vocal. But this time of year, that's whenever they'll start calling a little bit more, and I'll hear them. In the middle of the night, whenever I take the dog out, to do her business, and of course, I don't have my phone out there with me to record. You're going to try to do a hunt? Well, let's see. Best success, don't really hunt. Just find yourself a spot, sit down, and they'll come to you. They will come to you, Melvin. That has been my best success over the year. Over the years, was just picnic grounds. Go to picnic grounds. Fry up some bacon, on the fire pit, if you're brave enough. But yeah, they'll come to you. And they know that you're there anyways. You don't need to fry up bacon. But going out in the woods, tromping around up and down trails, trying to find them, unless you like hiking, enjoy hiking in the winter, then go for it. But you don't need to. it's not necessary to find them because they find you. They know you're there. Rough terrain, going to take it easy. Well, good. Just be careful. Yeah, just be careful. Yeah, but like I said, they'll come to you. You don't need to hike unless you really want to. You know, if you have a spot that you hike to, like a little clearing or something, that might be a good spot. You know, if you hike to a clearing and just plop yourself down and you find a tree or a log, you know, and sit down there, and they'll come to you. Yeah. Mark, I agree. They come to women better than men. I absolutely 100%. Yes. I have experienced that many times, where, you know, by myself or with other women, we get all kinds of activity. And then as soon as a man comes in, you know, from out hiking, the activity stops. It comes to a sudden stop. And it's because, they see women, of course, as being more timid and more, they love our perfume. Yeah, our natural perfume. Yeah, our pheromones. Okay, Melvin, you'll try to do live posts. Cool. All right. Yeah, if you can, send me a message beforehand, and that way, I'll get on there and, as you're hiking through. Yeah, Patty, I saw you posted there's been owls hooting lately. Where it is, yeah, owls hooting, and then well, dog, it's possible. It's very possible. Just pay attention to them. Melvin, yeah, if however I can help you, but unfortunately it'll be remote help. That's all the help that I can give you. But if you need someone to hike along with you, then find someone you can trust, someone who will have your back, that won't run whenever at the first rock thrown, because they'll throw rocks at you, and it's no big deal. Yeah, they throw rocks. They won't try to hit you, and if they do hit you, it's by accident. And if you do happen to get hit by a rock, make sure you holler and say ouch or ow, because that way they know that they've hit you, and that's a big no-no in their world. It honestly is. It's a big no-no, and they know that. They try deliberately to not hit. I've gotten hit before, but it was only by a ricochet, and I let them know, and it stopped. But again, if you have someone that you can trust that'll have you back, come along, then that's even better. But you have to trust that person to not panic, and not to run and not go shooting at the first, just in case a Bigfoot shows himself. It's the last thing you want to do. You do not want to shoot them. Absolutely no. No. Um, yeah, locals won't talk about it here either. Most places they won't. Um, but yeah, send me a message. Yeah, Melvin, you don't need to say exactly where, but what general area will you be at, Melvin? Okay. Yeah, Melvin, you say you won't shoot unless you have to defend yourself. Let me tell you, they will bluff charge like a bear, and it's only a bluff charge. They'll stop and just put a big show on, and so don't. That's all I can say is, if they want to kill you, you'll be dead. Whether you're armed or not, you'll be dead. But they don't. They truly don't. It's only the very extremely rare rogue that does, and they'll warn you off as much as possible. If for different reasons. If you're getting rocks thrown at you, if you're getting tree limbs thrown at you, if you are getting growled at or roared at, that's because you have trespassed. You have trespassed in their territory. You are interrupting a hunt. You may be too close to their babies. Okay, Central Pennsylvania. Thank you. Thank you, Melvin. Appreciate it. You can push it just so far with them. And I have. And I've had rocks thrown at me. I've had tree limbs thrown at me. I've been growled at. I've been bluff charged. All I can say is respect them. Turn around and walk. Don't run. Walk away. You can back off, keeping your eye on them, but back off, turn around, and walk away. Walk out of there, and you may get escorted because they'll make sure that you're leaving, just to intimidate you, to let it be known that, hey, you're not welcome. But that's what it is. You're trespassing. And that's why I always try to teach respect. Hey, Glenn, good to see you. Let's see here. Trying to read all the comments here. But yeah, just respect them. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, Gary's out of Oklahoma. He's in an area that Debbie and I have been around that area before on a research trip. We love it out there. Love Oklahoma. Fantastic research area. Some of the most boogery area that I have seen. Hands down, just Fantastic area. Thank you, Melvin. Thank you. But yeah, anytime you need help, if you want me to be in on, while you're doing your live, yeah, give me a heads up, and I'll be there, at the very least, as moral support. I've done it, I don't know if Bob is still in the chat, but Bob lives in Florida, and every so often he'll be out there and he'll give me a call or give Patty a call or someone else, and just to have someone there to talk to as he's hiking out, because he's in an area that's, yeah, you get those feelings that there's something else there and it's not good. Okay, a booger Northwest native tracker. That's a Bigfoot. It's another name for a Bigfoot. It's like Sasquatch. It's like Janoskwa and the Grassman and Wood Booger, Boogeyman. It's a more southern nickname for them. Yeah, Deb, Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Yes, absolutely. Fantastic area. Fantastic. If you're out in Oklahoma, guys, okay, 40 miles north of there. Yep. Yeah, we were in Sulphur, where we were at, and the Chickasaw National Recreation Area, also Hanobi. We were in Hanobi, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Another fantastic area. And we went down to Brown Springs, right along the Red River, the Texas Oklahoma border. Yeah, Northwest. Yeah, there are different types of Bigfoot. There's the type 1 that is Patty. That's also the booger, wood booger. Janoskwa is different, possibly. The Grassman, I think, is a little different. I don't think that's a type 1. The type 2 they are slightly smaller than the Patty type 1. They have a more chimpanzee look to their face. The males may reach 7 foot, and the females around 6 foot. But yeah, the type 1s, they're the larger ones. The females are around 7 foot. The males 8, 9, 10 foot and up. But yeah, facially also they look different. The type 1s, it just depends on their ancestry, because I know there's a lot of Oma. Okay, yeah. Some of them intermix with humans, the more, some of the younger males, they have, but yeah, some of them have human in their ancestry, and you can see it in their face. That they'll have a more human, like a Neanderthal type look to them. And that was the first one that I saw. He had a more Neanderthal looking face, so he probably had human somewhere back in there. Where's my dog? Yeah, she's currently right on, underneath my desk. Usually she's back on her bed, but tonight she's laying here underneath my desk at my feet. She'll probably make her way back over to her bed in a couple minutes. Lake Murray, yeah. Gugway, yeah, possibly. They'll also have the block teeth, though, not the sharp teeth. Yeah, Melvin, we had a whiteout a few hours ago, right around 4:30, something like that. Snow sure came down, surprised me. But yeah, my first one, yeah, he had the Neanderthal features. He was big and burly. Black hair. See, the second one, that would have been, yeah, his hair was more, I couldn't make out his facial features, but his hair was more brownish, reddish gold. Anyway, it was very pretty. It sparkled in the sunshine, had like red and gold glints to it. Very pretty. Yeah, Hogback Hollow. Yeah, that was Tishomingo. Yeah, I didn't put a pin in the map for that area, although I should have. But we know the guys who would be able to take us back in there again. Yeah, Debbie, you'll be able to talk about your sighting, hopefully on Woodwalkers. That is, if Spencer gets back to me. But yeah, Debbie was, I don't know, were you on my show or no? You and I were on another podcast. What was that? Not Wes. Vic Cundiff's show. Debbie and I were on there together because Debbie, she's a little bit nervous about talking, on the podcast. She's not used to it yet. So I got on there along with her. Yeah. Yeah, Blue River. Yeah. Yeah. Gary, we were all over there. And let's see, trying to remember the names. I'd have to, you can't think of his name? But yeah, the Chickasaw National Recreation Area, I cannot emphasize it enough about how active, just absolutely how active that area is. It's just crazy active. So if anyone is out in the Oklahoma area get into the Chickasaw National Recreation Area. And it's, there's a campground there, state park, and we even had activity there at the campground. So in Hanobi, my oh my, another area. There's a cabin that we stayed at, and I think it's even called Bigfoot Cabin or something like that. It's pretty popular because they are active right there at that cabin. So get out there. Yeah, Purgatory. We were in Purgatory. And we went to the casino where the workers find their handprints and their footprints all around the dumpsters. And that's where Chuck and I saw the running Bigfoot. Yeah, Gary, you camp at Blue River all the time. Oh, my. I want to get back out there. And we will. We'll get back out there. I also want to get down to Alabama. Very, very badly. I want to get down to Alabama. I've got so many friends. So many friends there. Both bigfooting friends and non-bigfooting friends. Other friends that I've known and met through other interests. And, they live in Florence. And, I want to get out there. Yeah, Deb, she was, whenever we went to Purgatory, which is in Oklahoma, she was too afraid to get out of Kumbo's truck. Really, most of the time, she was too afraid to get out of his truck. And the one time that she did get out, I had to chase her back in because there were wild hogs running around, and I had to boost her up into Chuck's pickup truck because his truck didn't have running boards. And holy crap, trying to climb up into that thing. I had to boost her up in there and then climb up in there myself, and sat down on somebody's chocolate bar. And then Chuck climbed in the truck, saw me there. It's like, oh, okay. And we're sitting there, and I had my window down, because I wanted to listen, for any vocals or anything. And about 8 foot away, there was some bushes there, and out of those bushes there was some growling, some pretty menacing growling. And my sister Deborah Parker McGee, she was in the back seat, probably playing on her phone as usual. And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to startle her or frighten her or panic her. So, I just kept quiet because, the one growling at us, was like, okay, you're going to have to deal with it, Bug, but we're here. Deal with it. We'll go away soon, but you're just going to have to deal with us being there for right now. And both Chuck and I heard it. Then Kumbo came up to the truck. He was talking, and and he heard the growling too. And he said, "You hear that?" And I nodded, yeah, and pointed off to the side because, again, I did not want to panic my sister. I'm just surprised you didn't hear it, Deb. Yeah, because Chuck heard it too, and he didn't say anything either because, both of us, neither one of us wanted to uh, frighten you, Deb. And so we just, it's like, okay, he may be unhappy that we were sitting there, but he just had to deal with it until we left. It is what it is. It's the same with that one the bluff charged us um, up in outside of Bradford, Pennsylvania. They weren't happy up there because they were hunting like the ones in like the ones in Tishomingo. They were hunting also. We interrupted their hunt, and they wanted us out of there. Well, they just had to deal with it until we were done. And up in Bradford, ran into the same thing. We interrupted a hunt. We were right there, right in their hunting area, and they did not want us there. And we were not going away. And another lady and myself, we were standing outside the trucks, and another lady, she was disabled. She was sitting in her vehicle, and we just were not going away. And so it bluff charged us, and it's like, oh, holy crap. Yeah. brown shorts moment. But no, we didn't leave. We couldn't leave because the disabled lady, she was sitting in the passenger seat. She wasn't driving. And everybody else on the team, they were out hiking around, so no, we were not leaving. They just had to deal with it. They just had to wait. They could hunt whenever we were gone. So, they were unhappy, but oh well. Gary, yeah, we need to go to Brown Springs whenever we go. Yeah. Been there, done that. Back to Oklahoma. Yeah. Brown Springs was interesting. That gave some pretty definite creepy vibes, up at the cemetery especially. That was major creepy factor. Hey, Joyce. Okay, there's some type 2 that get 8, 9, 10 foot. Just rare to see them. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Brown Springs. Yeah. I think while we were there, I think Chuck or myself, I know I was snapping a lot of photos, and Chuck took a few photos also, and may have caught something in one of the photos, not real clear, and who knows, if it was, a Bigfoot or not, don't know for sure. But yeah, they were watching us, definitely, at the bottom of the hill by the road. They were hiding in the bush. And, we didn't hike out, the trails. Some people did, but we didn't. I had a hard enough time hiking up the hill to the cemetery. I've got a bad leg. And okay, Gary. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if my phone will cooperate with me. I don't know why on earth my phone. It's not. Yeah, the podcasts aren't opening for me. Okay, live. No, that one. It's weird. On my phone, it's not working. Okay, I'm going to have to lower my screen again here. So talk amongst yourselves again, guys. Okay. Okay, Gary. Yikes. Don't want to knock this over. Sorry, guys. But I put my laptop up on a platform because it's just an easier angle for me to do the podcast. Okay, yeah, that's my email. PA Bigfoot Project at gmail.com. I have a few other email addresses also, but they're long and complicated, and this one was shortened enough. But yeah, send me what you have. I'm interested in hearing that. Yeah, that walk up to the cemetery at Brown Springs, it's the road up to it, or path, it was extremely rutted from, I guess, from storm runoff. And it was just hard for me to walk up. I've got an injured leg, and Chuck had helped me up there. And but it was worth it. I'm glad I went up. Originally, I saw that path and I thought, no way am I getting up there. I was going to stay in the truck. But Kumbo and Chuck, and a couple of the other guys said, absolutely no way, no how, too dangerous. You're not staying down here by yourself. So so Chuck walked me up. And another member of our party, he was talking about different things that he had experienced there. Chuck talked about his experiences there, his research, because he used to go there fairly frequently. I think not so much anymore, but he knows that area very, very well. And the one gentleman, he was telling some pretty major creepy stories about not just dogmen, but Loup Garou werewolves, people who transform into werewolves, and him witnessing that. And this is the person that I trusted, not Chuck. It wasn't Chuck that told us that. It was this other gentleman. And I will not say his name. Okay, thank you, Gary. Yeah, let me check real quick, make sure I got it. Oh, let's see. It wouldn't be in that one. Let's see. Let me get over to this one. Email. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Yep, got it. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Gary. I got it. Oh. Yeah, guys. Yeah, my email is up there in the listing. So if you have something, a vocal you want me to listen to, or any photos that you want me to check out, I can, just send it to me. Hey, Todd. Yes, Todd. I'll hold your hand whenever if you come along with us to Brown Springs, and please do. That would be fantastic. um, yeah, Brown Springs. Like I said, you have to. You see the spring. It's at the bottom of a hill by the road, and I've got a photo of. There's Chuck, myself, DDoS, and Tim Kumbo Baker. We got a group photo there, standing right in front of the springs, and then we went up top of the hill to the cemetery up the path, and the size of that cemetery surprised me. It's an old cemetery, very old, and very interesting. Yeah, Todd, we're just going to have to plan a trip out there. They're going to have to give me a raise, though, on my Social Security, though. Below poverty level, Social Security rates just don't do very well for research trips. But yeah, we got to get out there. We definitely got to get out there. And fantastic area. That's all I can say is I love Oklahoma. Another place on my bucket list is now Chuck was talking about it the other night on his on the Woodwalkers podcast. Gary, absolutely, definitely, I will give a holler at you. Most definitely, especially since you live there. Yeah, I definitely want you along. Yeah, you know the area, so doggone, yeah. But there's an area in Texas that I want to get into. I've heard a lot about that. I really want to get into. Yeah, Todd. Got to have a local guide. Absolutely. Mark, yeah. Well, heck, haul your trailer. You have your four-wheeler there also. But yeah, whenever we go, all the places that we went to, we parked our trucks and most of the time just stood right there. You stayed right around our trucks. And, a few of the guys hiked out into, different areas, but most of the time we just stayed by the trucks because yeah, you really won't need your four-wheeler at Brown Springs anyways. Right now, health-wise, I definitely would not be able to get up to the cemetery. If it's still as rough, if that track is still as rough and rutted as it was the last time back in 2018 when we were there. And because my lungs are so damaged, from COVID, I wouldn't be able to hike up there. But a group of us can hang around the trucks while everyone else hikes up. Okay, you camp down at Brown Springs. Yeah, I've heard that there's a campground there, but the biggest casino and motel's 4 miles away. Purgatory. I think the casino that Chuck and I saw, that the running Bigfoot, it was near Purgatory. Gold something or other. Can't remember the name of it, but that's the one where the workers see the handprints on the dumpsters. And they're afraid, the workers are afraid to go out to the dumpsters at night because of the Bigfoot. They come to us. Absolutely, they do. They come to us. It's why, I was just talking to Melvin earlier that, if you want to go hiking out, in out in the woods, if you want to go out deep in the woods, go for it. If you enjoy it. I used to enjoy it. I used to love hiking. But for Bigfooting, you don't have to. If you can't, or if you're having a bad day, you don't need to. Oh, okay. More than one casino in Oklahoma has had Bigfoot. Well, yeah, because it's, I know whenever I go out, I usually look around for restaurants or bars in the area, no matter what, because you can pretty much figure they're going to go for the dumpsters. It's easy pickings, Gary. Yeah, they come into camp. You don't need to hike. You can stay right there and camp. They come to you. But whenever we were at Chickasaw National Recreation Area, we drove around to different spots, different areas, and we would park and pretty much stay around the trucks. And wait for them to come out and get curious. If there was a dumpster nearby, one of the guys would lift the lid to the dumpster and let it bang closed. And it's like ringing the dinner bell. They'll come, they hear that dumpster lid closing. Well, that's ringing the dinner bell. Okay, Chickasaw is 20 miles from you. Yeah. Fantastic area. It was so pretty. So pretty. Okay, like looking for Bigfoot in Alaska, looking in a bigger haystack for smaller needles. um, they grow them bigger up there in Alaska also. That's where the true mountain monsters are also. They grow them like 20 footers up there. An ex-boyfriend of mine was, he was a fishing guide up in Alaska back in the 90s. And he never talked about Bigfoot, but he talked about running into bears and moose. And the one time he was out in Wyoming and got chased by a moose. I think he said it. He ran for about a mile, crossed over a creek, and it stopped at the creek. But he said, "Boy, that thing had red eyes." And who? Yeah, you don't want to mess with a moose. Okay, Gary, the alpha here is between 14 and 16 feet tall. Okay, his vocal, cool. All right, yeah, I can't wait to listen to that, Gary. Yeah, Todd, no need to go deep in the woods. Yeah, they're closer to people, to civilization, what them people realize. Yeah, like deer, they live on the edges off of us. One I saw out in Ohio, Columbiana County, Ohio. I tell people that it was 10 foot tall, but I know he was taller than 10 foot. 14 foot, I don't think, possibly. I would say closer to 12 foot, though, for the one in Ohio that I saw. That was the biggest one I've ever seen. Just monstrously huge. Okay, Mark, you lived in Alaska for almost 20 years. Very cool. Very cool. There's Sinead. For fans of Sinead, there she is. Hey, girl. Nope, she's going over to her bed. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to get up to Alaska sometime. Yeah, pioneers built their cities, their towns, and their settlements in Bigfoot lands. And yeah, they're everywhere. Exactly, Melvin. Humans are invading their territory. That's why I keep teaching respect. Respect them, respect their territory. If they give you a warning to get out, then get out. You're trespassing. And like I said, I do push it sometimes, but whenever I do, it's out of necessity. Like the one time that there was a disabled lady with us, and I was not going to leave her. They just had to deal with us being there. And the one out in Oklahoma, Tishomingo, they just had to deal with it. We were separated from the rest of the group, and we were not going to leave the group, the other guys who were out hiking. So they just had to deal with it until we were done, and then we would leave and they could finish their hog hunt. They just had to deal with it, but yeah, Alaska. I know I would love to go to Alaska. I wish I could hike. Wish I could hike again. Because I would love to. I'd love to get out there in the wilds up there. Yeah, exactly, Gary. Yeah, in Oklahoma, yeah, you got to be armed due to the wild hogs. Yeah, that's the way it was in Tishomingo. They were hunting hogs, and that's my sister had gotten out of the truck, so I had to shove her back up into the truck because there was a hog wandering around right there. So and my pistol had been stolen a year previous to that, so I was unfortunately unarmed. Yeah, they are the lost tribes. What's going on at the neighbors? I can see my neighbor's property from here, and I just... Cops and game wardens will tell you don't go without a sidearm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That's how Todd got hurt. And they can hurt you for sure. They can kill you. Yeah, Gary. Yeah. It's the same with my sister Debbie and I. We can't walk 50 yards anymore. I can walk it, but I would have to make frequent stops, and from both the pain and from the not being able to breathe, I have to stop and catch my breath. And Sandra, oh, you're completely bedridden. Our prayers are always for you, Sandra. We pray for healing. We'll get you out there if you want to. We'll one of these days, all our wounds will be healed, and our bodies will be whole. So, and that's someday. Yeah, Todd, you also. Yeah, yeah. We nickname my sister's nickname is Squatch Bait. She's the slowest. I think, as bad as my health is, I think I can still outpace her. So, and if not, heck, I'll just trip her. But yeah, one of these days, we'll be made whole, and we'll get out there. We'll get out there in the woods again. We'll be out there hiking. Yeah, we would all be bait now. Yeah. Yeah, I think Todd will be, I think in June, we'll be camping at another campground in the Allegheny National Forest. I'll have to give you the dates as soon as I figure out what they are. So hopefully you'll be able to make it to that one. It's one that R&R and Dave know. Don't say the name, but they've told us about the activity there also. But we'll be going in there about mid-June. Yes. Live feeds, wonderful, Melvin. I can't wait. And Deb, you can sit around the campfire. Yeah, even if you're made whole, you're going to sit around the campfire. You're not going to go hiking with us. Gary, no. She was not at the meet and freeze 2 years ago. She didn't make it. I was, I think I was by myself that year. I can't remember if, I don't think that year Tara was with me. Can't remember. But yeah, I was up at Red Hollow because I always stay up at Red Hollow. Meet and freeze, that was at Land Between the Lakes. A couple of years ago, it was 21 degrees at night, and then the last night was 17 degrees. It was cold, and it was coming down in a freezing rain. And I know 21 degrees, I was cold no matter how much I was bundled up. I was in my pickup truck at that time and slept in the back of the truck. Yeah, Land Between the Lakes, Deb. And I always camp up at I always camp up at Red Hollow. I love it up there because it's always active up there, always. Yeah, guys, if you ever get a chance to go to Land Between the Lakes, camp at Red Hollow Campground. Out at the end of the campground, there's a circle with beautiful views of the lake. Get up in that area right there in the circle. It's beautiful views and it's active up there. So if you get a chance, get down there. I highly recommend it. It's gorgeous area. A lot of, not only right there at the campground, but all over. Deb, last year we were there, and you and I slept in the van, and Tara was with us. She was in her tent. And one walked past her tent. Yeah, we would drive down to where everybody else was camped down in the holler. Yeah, Deb, maybe you didn't know, but there were footprints right by Tara's tent. Melvin, you've been there. You didn't have any activity. Is that what I'm not quite understand? But it's go to Red Hollow at the end of the campground. There's a couple other campsites there in the campground that have good activity, but most of it seems to be out there at the point. Either down at the bottom, right down by the lake, or up top by the wood line. And I just enjoy it there. Yeah, huge bonfire, and meeting up with old friends, and meeting up with old friends and meeting them for the first time face to face. Yeah, if you join the Woodwalkers Facebook group, they host campouts every year. They haven't announced this year's yet, and I'm waiting patiently, or not quite so patiently, waiting, to hear when the next one is and where. I really want to get back to Land Between the Lakes. I just love it there. Can't help it. Hey, Blackie, good to see you. Okay, you've only been to 2 campouts and activity at each. Yep. Yep, you came to mine at Tracy Ridge, and we had great activity there. Yes, Sandra. Yeah, he was, you probably met him here in this chat or else over, Woodwalkers, maybe, but he's usually in my chat. Yeah, the Woodwalkers camp out, definitely. So much fun. A ton, about 100 people, all wonderful Bigfooters, people who know what they're doing, especially. And Ohio, that's right. Yeah, Salt Fork, you were at Salt Fork. And activity there also. Yeah, my campouts for Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, for the campouts that I host, I always try to choose active areas also. In fact, usually I choose campsites also that are like an end of a campground or a certain circle or something like that, that I'll look at it through Google Earth, I'll study it, and just to make sure, okay, is this the area that I think will get the good activity? And I usually choose fairly well, and so far. We'll see how we do at Micho State Forest. I'm fairly confident of the area. Not 100% certain that we'll get activity right there at the campground itself. The area looks good, but it's situated the best for a group of people, and that's primarily why I chose that. And everybody can hike out from there or drive out to other areas. And it's only a half an hour from Gettysburg also, so if you're interested in history, I can highly recommend Gettysburg. Get in there. It's well worth it, to visit Gettysburg. You can spend a week there and not see everything, just to see the battlefields. Take the tour. You see the historical buildings. Fantastic, beautiful area. You can give that tour. Oh, Yeah, we'll be going there April 24th through the 27th at Michaud State Forest, which is a half an hour from Gettysburg. And so, yeah, come along to that camp out if you want. You know, I'll give you the campground information. And, you know, if you can come along, okay. Yeah, I'll send you the campground information. Yeah, Gary, I wanted so bad to get to Alabama on that meet and greet, so bad. But every way that I looked at it, it was at least $1,000. If I rented a U-Haul, you know, one of those $20 a day vans, it was, you know, just to drive down between the gasoline, etc. It would be $1,000, you know, down and back. If I flew down and rented something, it would be $1,000. No matter which way I looked at it, you know, here's $1,000 that I just don't have. Okay, you don't want to know how much it costs you due to going to the hospital. Yeah. Oh, you're less than 2 hours away. Okay, Melvin. Yeah, Melvin, are you on the group in Facebook, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project group on Facebook? Because the information is there in the featured section of the group. If not, then send me an email. My email is above. Okay, yeah, just look in the featured section of the group, or else I'll tag you. Let me see if my phone will at least cooperate with me for this. Okay, all right, no, I don't want that. All right, let me scroll down because I had bumped it up. Yesterday, I think it was that I bumped it up in the group. There it is. Okay. All right. It's Melvin Singer. Okay. Gotcha. All right. I tagged you on that post for the camp out, Melvin. Yeah, Gary, yeah, 12-hour drive to Talladega or Land Between the Lakes. Yeah. Yeah, it's expensive. You know, what can you do? You know, yeah, I'm on retirement Social Security, and hey, Erica, nice to see you. Thank you for showing up. Okay, New Northwest. Ever find any? Yes, stick patterns and glyphs. Oh yeah, I wrote an article about them, about the glyphs, and I am going. I've gone into deep dives on them, on the glyphs. You know, trying to decipher them and speaking with other people, and Okay, Todd, let's see. You found glyphs, one made on your path out from Sugar Shack. Okay, you were pulling a print cast that was on the other side of the wall. Yeah. A friend of mine out in Sweden, she's an American. She had Bigfoot experiences in Arizona. She married a gentleman, a Swedish gentleman, moved to Sweden. And the area of Sweden that they moved to is also active with Bigfoot, the Swedish Scandinavian Bigfoot. Out there in Scandinavia, they are what you see in mythology as trolls. And that's the Bigfoot. But she found glyphs there also. And there was one particular glyph that she found that the pattern looked familiar to her. And she discovered that it was a map. She looked at Google Earth and compared it to the glyph. It was a map of the roads, the streams, the animal trails, game trails, and so on. It was a map. And so you have to be aware of that also with some of those glyphs, that, this is how they communicate with one another. It's not only with the tree bends and bows. It's not only with the X's or the A patterns. It looks like an A. And there's other patterns that are fairly frequently, no matter where you travel throughout the United States, you'll see similar patterns, and they all have a meaning. It's communication, it's a language, just like the Sierra sounds, the samurai chatter, or the whoops, or the tree knocks, or the rock clacks. It's communication, it's intelligence. They are a people. They have a language, but they use different ways also of communicating, which do include the glyphs, the tree structures, the rock stacking, the samurai chatter, and the tree bows and X's and so on. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. But I've been comparing some of the glyphs to, I had received a book on ancient Chinese, and some of the patterns looked familiar to the ancient written Chinese. And, and I thought, okay, it's a language. It's based from a extremely old, not Chinese. I'm not saying that it's, that they're descended from Chinese or anything like that, but it is, okay, yeah. It is an extremely ancient language, that written language, like the hieroglyphics, of Egypt, but further, much, much further back than Egyptian. There's the Sumerian language, and it's before Sumerian language, much more ancient. They were civilizations here 15,000 years ago and further back. And there's remnants of their cities that you can still find to this day. And some of their cities, their city-states, I guess is what you could call them, are thousands of miles wide, taking up entire, half a continent. Okay, I knew Japanese. Okay. Yeah. All right. It was taught to you as a child. Yes. Yeah. There's, if you look at the earth, you'll see patterns, on the earth. It's what they call they call it a star fort. And there you can see it's like a diamond shape. And you'll see that pattern on continents throughout the earth, scattered all over the earth and under the ocean. And funny enough, you will see government installations on these structures, ancient structures, at certain points. And it's like, it's one of those things that make you go, things that have been hidden from us, that hopefully that will be among the things that are made known to us by this administration, because they are they want to be, or they state that they're going to be the most open and transparent, and so far they have been administration. And I know that all this information will come out. Okay, that's the Thunderbird Tribal Lands. It's all over the earth, all over the earth. There's that Star Fort structure up in Antarctica. And over in Great Britain, there's one near Loch Ness. In fact, the one by Loch Ness, there's a British fort there, right on the structure. There's one, let me think, off of the East Coast. Trying to think, I think it's right off of Florida, like mid-state Florida, off the East Coast. That it's strange how it looks like that there's a ramp going down to it. Whenever you look at it through Google Earth. There's a YouTube channel where all this information is given. He shows what it looks like on the maps, and he shows the government installations on there. And I highly recommend. The point of his channel is not for these star forts, although I think that he should have like a separate channel just for that. But his YouTube channel is primarily for earthquake forecasting, and the channel name is, and a lot of you are probably familiar with him already, Dutch Sense. And his channel gets shut down quite frequently because there's people out there that do not want the information out. Yeah, Northwest. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Whenever you watch some of these channels and listen to these people who've really dug into this information much, much deeper and much longer than I have. I can only touch on it very briefly and not in depth, like they can. And you probably, by the sounds of it, much, much more than I do. It's, I just find the ancient history fascinating as to who was here that long ago, and that information is hidden from us, and who were these people, along with their capabilities, and very, very advanced civilization, very much more than what we are now. They were advanced more than we are now. They were far ahead of us. Yeah, Melvin, same here. I love history. I love digging into this stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend the channel Dutch Sense, all one word, Dutch and Sense, DUTCHSINCE. But like I said, his channel gets shut down, videos blocked deliberately by people out there who do not want the information given out as freely as what he does, which is a shame, but it'll come out. The information will come out one day, and it'll be made public. A lot of people may not be ready for it, but the information will come out. It has to. As for the Bigfoot, that eventually will come out. It's not going to be from some Yahoo, shooting one and getting television cameras or anything. It's not going to happen that way. It's when we are ready for it, the information will become public. And I don't think it'll come from the government either. What happened to Jeff, Jerry? Why, poor Jeff. Did he fall asleep? It's early for him. It's only 9:43, quarter to 10. Or is Victoria, is Vicky, Miss Vicky? Oh, Yahoo. Oh, okay. I don't think that Jeff wants to do that, though. um, no, I don't consider Jeff a Yahoo. I have run into what I term as Yahoos. Just, oh, okay, probably asleep. He with his brown cup. Oh, which reminds me, Deborah, if you're still on here, I made some mimosas. So whenever you come, we're going to have morning mimosas or evening mimosas. Whenever you want to have a mimosa, we'll have mimosas. Oh, you just finished a pulling show. Oh, cool. Where at? Yeah, poor Jeff. He's probably knocked out. Okay, yes, Deb. Oh, Patty, you're still here also. Good. Have a drinky poo. Yes, um, we will have mimosas. Oh, okay, on your podcast. Okay, yeah, you're not physically at a pulling festival. They probably don't start up until what, May? I think the one on Old Pike Days, they usually have one, don't they? I think during the Pike Days, Route 40, outside of Brownsville. No, that's a steam show. I don't know if they have polling then. But they have a steam show during that time. And I think that's in May. Thank you, Melvin. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening also. Get some rest. And yeah, next Wednesday. Okay. Good night, Todd. Thanks for joining us. We'll have a nightcap. I'll have a nightcap for you. Okay. End of February in Virginia. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, guys, if, yeah, Todd, yeah, Jerry from Old Line Cryptids, he's a photographer and goes to the tractor pulls and so on. And he runs a podcast for that. So you can get that information from him. Yeah, I used to go to those steam shows. They were fun, looking those old engines. Okay, Gary. All right. Prayers for you. Good night. So, guys, just in case, I know a lot of people are dropping out right now because it's getting late. So I'll probably be shutting down the podcast about 10 o'clock. But next week is, let me bring up my calendar. will be February 5th. And I do not have anyone scheduled. Let me double check. Bring up my calendar. No, I don't have anyone scheduled for that day so far. Thank you so much for joining us, Northwest Native Tracker. I appreciate you stopping in. Please join us again next week. We're here every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. And I thank everyone who's new for joining us. Come in next time, join in the conversation. The conversation goes wherever it goes. You guys kind of guide the conversation, if with your questions. I'm trying to follow the. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. With your questions and comments, you are the guys that guide the conversation. And, I post the link on there, in the chat. So if, any of you want to join in on the conversation right here on screen with me, all you have to do is click on that link and sign in, and you can come on screen with me. But tonight, I think I'm going to shut down in a few minutes because I'm tired. Like I said earlier, this week has been a little hard. Just some things going on here, and thank you, Todd. Yes, please smash that like button. I'm always saying, on Woodwalkers, Hulk, smash that like button. Just smash it and subscribe. And your comments help so much. You have no idea how much that your comments help. The YouTube algorithm, it helps other people, who aren't familiar with the show. It gets me out there more in the public, out there in the YouTube world, to bring in people who've never watched this before. And it may catch their attention that, hey, I want to get in on this conversation. Okay, Deb, you're going to hit the hey, huh? We'll tell you what, guys, we'll just shut it down here, okay? But again, thank you. Prayers going out, for everyone, especially those, who requested prayer. And, if you do have a prayer request, my email is in the chat. Just scroll up. My email's there. Just send me an email. And you don't have to go into specifics. Just say, hey, I'd appreciate a quick prayer. And you just say it right here in chat. Just say a quick prayer for me. And I will. That's what we're here for. We're here for each other, in support, out of love. We're here to help you, not only with, Bigfoot, because I learned from you guys. I learned from other people and from my own experiences, from having my own experiences and absorbing what was going on, and figuring things out for myself for the longest time before I found other people who actually knew what they were talking about. But join us next week, and the week after that. We've got some great guests lined up. We're trying to line up some other guests that I pray that we can. Like I said, you know, we'll possibly, I'm not going to promise it, but we have, there's a pastor that I'm speaking with that he possibly may come on and talk about the Nephilim. So that should be a pretty fascinating podcast right there. And because he has done a series at his church on the subject. So, and I touch bases with him quite often, whenever I need a little bit of insight on that subject also. But join us. Come to our campouts. If you're in the area for one of the conferences or festivals, come on. Join the Facebook group, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project. And I think that's it. So good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the chat. It was a good chat. I think it was. I appreciate it. But thank you again. God bless. Monkey Wench out.